Hello.
Hello.
What up? How is everybody? Jennifer, she made beans and cornbread, and we had fried potatoes tonight, and we had some leftover ham from Thanksgiving. So I'm full, feeling good.
He's fat and sassy.
I'm sassy. I'm not fat. Anyway, so hey guys, welcome to another live. Wanted to tell you that today, Stephen, Jennifer's husband, my son-in-law, and one of the subscribers from where Jennifer works actually came out and helped me. And we've been falling those pine trees up there by the kitchen so that I can mill them up for my top and bottom plates on the cabin. And I've got only 4 left. I've been having to kind of cut them strategically so that they don't get lodged up in the top, and then it'd be a problem for me. But we've got 4 left, and so we made a lot of headway today. I guess you've seen we got the plywood, so I'll be working on that tomorrow and after church. And so, yeah, we're making a lot of progress. I'm trying to get the floor down before the puppy gets here. I actually got one that I'm petting over here. Anyway, so yeah, things are looking good up there. So that's pretty cool. I think it's joke time with Jennifer.
I've been waiting. What did the hamburger name his daughter? Does anybody know?
Patty.
Yes, Patty.
I said it, but I was muted.
Oh, I didn't know that you're muted. That's funny. The puppy is a lab, a little lab.
Hold on, we got a picture of it somewhere, don't we?
Oh, I've got a new picture. Let me see if I can get it up.
So I wanted to tell you that we had a visit. You'll be seeing in Monday's video. Had another subscriber call me, said that he was in the area and he wanted to come over and visit if he could. So we made arrangements for him to come over, and we did a little cookout, got him some in the video. He's actually traveling back home up north today, pulling a 5th wheel. So I just want to shout out to him to be careful. I don't know that if he's tuned in, his wife is tuned in, listening on the road, but we just want you to be very careful so that you make it back home safe.
Let me show them. This is Smokey, you all. I don't know if you can see it. Well, can you all see him a little bit, maybe? That is little Smokey. He's 6 weeks old, so Dad will get him next week.
Hello to the Netherlands.
Argentina.
Hello to Argentina and Idaho and all the rest of y'all that we can't see anymore because it's scrolling down. But anyway, hey, everybody, wherever you're at.
Scott wants to know why you didn't use the milled wood to build your floor.
Well, you know how much it's going to take? It would take a tremendous amount. Most of the timber, I have to tell you, that other house that I built came out of that same hollow. And so 20 years later, I milled the closest trees that I could actually get to without having to run a cable way up the ridge. Now that ridge probably is at a 45-degree angle, that big mountain where I say the sun goes down and it doesn't shine until you get out the end of the driveway. I would have to hike up the hill and try to worm one of those logs off the hill, which can be done. But I did buy a load of poplar logs. I guess you guys, maybe if you were watching at that time, a dump truck actually came and dumped them because they only wanted $100 for them. And that's what that's where I got all of the 2x10s. I've tried to get some more from them, but so far they haven't given me any signs of anywhere near in the near future that they would have another load. My intentions were to do something like that, but here's another thing. I wouldn't be able to put it down for a year because it would have to dry out. If I put it down, it would just end up cracking. And I thought about filling the cracks up with sawdust and then putting a clear coat on top of it. So the only thing I'm going to worry about right now is getting my subfloor in where I can get in there and I can work around, and we may go in, put down, who knows right now.
It's a work in progress.
Yeah, some of it I'm just flying by the seat of my pants, honestly.
You should watch.
Huh?
I told them that they should watch.
They do watch.
I meant watch you fly by the seat of your
Oh.
pants. They only get the edited version.
But I can't make up my mind whether I want to put, hardwood in there, whether I want to.
Hey, Ohio.
What I was going to do, and I may end up doing it, I may glue some plywood down and scorch the plywood and then put a sealant over the top of that. I have had some people say that it really turned out nice. So it would kind of match the cabin too, if I did that. What I got now is 3/4 inch tongue and groove OSB. That'll be my subfloor. So that will allow me to at least get my outside walls up and get the siding on where I can get it closed in. So,
Hey, Jerome wants to know when you're going to let me on the tractor. He actually tried like a week or two ago, but I got a little scared, so I said no.
yeah. So I've had some questions too about why didn't I use rock wool?
Hey, little Patrick.
I've answered it several times, but I keep getting the same question. I didn't use the rock wool because of the expense. We're in the South. The coldest that it gets is about 30, and it dips down every once in a while below that. But I just didn't feel like the extra cost, since I'm going to be using the radiant barrier too, was really justified. I've got the 6 inches of insulation, plus I'll have that radiant barrier. And the other question is, I've still got to do some more research. Am I going to go with a vented crawl space or a non-vented crawl space? The non-vented is something that a lot of people are using now, and they say that the humidity level is really down, really, really, really low. Otherwise, I would have to put several vents in. So I have to kind of do that research. But since I did a kind of like a wood siding around the bottom there, it would be easy to cut them in. But I figured I would just kind of leave that till probably next spring, because I don't really have to worry about the humidity right now during the wintertime. So I'm going to hold off on that right now. Had other people wanting to know, well, why didn't I use the little wires on the bottom side? Well, for one reason, I was on the top side stapling it in. I haven't made it to the bottom yet. But when I put the radiant barrier on, I plan on getting some of the little wires and putting them up in there. I'm just trying to speed up the process of getting the floor down in preparation for the little dog, because I can't be running around looking for him all the time when I'm working inside. It's a big, vast area, and he could just run off anywhere. So if I can get the floor down, I can kind of keep him inside, because I got the plastic around there. So hopefully it'll all work out where, sometimes I do things on purpose because I can actually go back and do something later. Anyway, I know that seems a little odd and maybe funny, but that's the way it is.
When's the chicken coop coming around?
Oh, so yeah, I'm starting a new project. It's going to be the chicken coop, because a lot of that lumber that we just cut down, we loaded the logs down there in front of the cabin. The ones that are going to be used for the cabin are in another separate pile. You'll see that on an upcoming video where I show it. I'm trying to save all that I can out of those tops, but I'm burning a lot of the tops, and all of the ashes. I went out there this morning. I actually had a big, thick pile of them. They're all going to be used for the garden. And sometime this winter, I'm going to try to add 2 more of those raised beds behind the one that I currently have. And then I'll probably end up putting another one on the other end. down there a little ways. So I'll probably have 4 total. That way that bank is utilized because it's just virtually wasted space. Nothing's going to grow on it. You put something on there and it would wash it down. So I think that, the raised bed is probably the best idea for that area. And there's also going to be a little back deck go off in that one corner because I left a couple of mortises in those posts facing the back side so that I can put a couple of huge timbers in there to start the floor for the deck. So it'll be easy access to just walk out that deck. I'm going to have a set of steps go up the bank, and then I can actually just turn and go into where the garden section is going to be. So that worked out pretty good because I didn't have any idea at the time about the raised beds. But when I put that first one in, I thought about the porch. And so I kind of situated it where the steps would actually go up. So that'll work out good too. Let's see. Oh, by the way, it's getting that time of the month again. So Wednesday's video coming out. Be sure, if you haven't, go back to the November video, season 2, episode 53, and make a comment on that video because we're going to be drawing the winner for the month of November. It has to be on the video that we show where the winner for the previous month and what we're giving away for that month. That's where we draw the names for the random picker. So if you've not made a comment, go back there and do that. Also, Wednesday, I'll be showing what we're going to be giving away for December. And also, again, we never got a response from the winner of October. So what we want to do is we're going to have another drawing. So what I will do, I will have 2 drawings on Wednesday, one for the item that we were giving away in October, which was the turkey call, and then the one that we gave away in November, which was the 2 hoodies and the 2 t-shirts. And then, of course, in January, that video comes out. We will, talk about the winner for December and what we're giving out in January. So be sure and go do that if you haven't made a comment there. Also, again, our new channel that just started a couple weeks ago, we've actually got almost like 1,100 people on that channel now. We're going to be doing giveaways on that channel too, guys and gals. So probably what I'll do is the first video that comes out for the new review channel, I will show you what we're going to be giving out for the month of December. So on that channel. And so then January, we'll actually have 2 drawings, the winner on the Outpost channel and then the winner on the review channel. So yeah, if any of you all on here, if you haven't subscribed to that channel, go over there and do that. That helps us a lot in trying to get the channel out to people. Also, if you like it, send us some comments. If it's, kind of helping you behind the scenes understand more about what we're doing. I'm doing my best to try to explain what I'm doing, why I'm doing it, and how I'm doing it, and things like that. So Patrick and I have talked about, a lot of the tools that I've used up there. I'm going to try to do some reviews for you on those tools. And some of these new companies that are talking to us, about reviews for their products and just, general stuff basically. But that kind of frees me up. I feel that I can actually do more work and less talk on the Outpost channel. That way I feel like I'm getting more done and I'm not talking, too much on there so that you can actually see more work.
Some people prefer it as well. Like we've had a lot of people where, because we actually wanted to do this a long time ago. My dad wanted to start another channel, and we kind of went back and forth with the idea of interrupting the flow, because some people like to binge watch it. Some people, who follow us, if you just have it on like set on the next video to just automatically play. There's been a lot of comments that we've gotten and a lot of feedback where people are like, hey, too much talking or more working or this or that or whatever. So then it's like, now that we've kind of have somewhat of an established audience, so to speak, for lack of a better word, we decided to go ahead and make that other channel so that we can kind of elaborate more and do more of what we were already wanting to do, or my dad in this case, and then just kind of, not feel like we're leaving things out or not explaining or kind of going more in depth with things that we did want to do or talk about more, but then also still have an outlet to continue to put out stuff for Smoky Mountain Outpost and give those viewers more of what they're wanting over there, which is less talk, more work.
Yeah, I'll still say, hey, welcome back. And I'll talk a little bit, but I'm going to try to curb it somewhat and save a lot of the talk for basically the blog on the review. That way you can get switch over there and you can get information, because what I may do a lot of times is after I'm done videoing that day, I may just cut the camera back on, because I can kind of go over what I just did, especially if it's something new that I'm working on, and I can say, this is why I'm doing this and that kind of thing. So I think, honestly, myself, I think that would flow a whole lot better. But anyway, so
yes.
the new channel, it's rocking, it's doing good. Be sure and share that with your family and friends and tell them, hey, if you didn't know, they've got another new channel. That'll help us get that out there in front of everybody. And I'm looking forward to doing the giveaways on that channel too, because we like giving stuff away. Let's see. I was going to also make a comment to someone, a lot of times we get emails from people who are going through difficulties, hard times, and, have things that they just want to reach out and talk to you. And I don't know, Wesley, Reader, if you're watching, or your wife, but she wasn't able to go out to the woods. She loves that. She said that she wanted me to comment that she has looked forward to your channel, and she's been ill. She could not go out into the woods anymore, but y'all brought the mountains and the woods back to her. Thank you for that. We love you. God bless you, brothers and sisters. Anyway, I don't want to elaborate on what they're going through right now, but they know if they're watching. We're just saying that, our prayers are with you. So I wanted to mention that because it was such a nice email that we got from them. And I'm getting a lot of flack about the cooking. Okay, what's up with the cooking?
Y'all, we live like forever away from town, and he is not going to leave to go eat. Hence the fact he hardly ate in the summer. I would have to bring him food because he wouldn't think about it. So I'm thankful he's cooking. I mean, it is what it is.
It's a lot of fun cooking up there now, but I get people saying that, every time I cook, it makes them hungry. And of course, it could be deliberate.
I tell you what, though, you make the absolute best French toast in the history of ever. Yum, yum.
But I've even got a picture right there that I sent somebody. If y'all can see it, I was cooking on the grill. Anyway.
Somebody wants you to make biscuits and gravy.
Okay, hold on. Time out. My dad he's very specific, okay? I wouldn't call it picky, but specific.
Picky.
A lot of people like white gravy. Some people will eat both brown gravy and white gravy. If you didn't know, there's a difference. If you didn't know, there is too. My dad is a brown gravy person.
I'm not touching any white gravy.
It's made in a specific way.
Just forget it.
And that's just what it is. And it has a very unique flavor and taste to it. And so if you've never had brown gravy, at least made the way that he makes it, it may not be for you, but it's biscuits and gravy with him. If you ever come out and hang out with us, very specific. You want to tell them how you make it?
Huh?
How you make it?
Well, I burn the flour in the grease, and I wait for it to get really chocolatey brown. and then I make it with water. That's the way my grandma made it. I've used milk before, but I don't know. The water does just as well because the flavor actually comes from the other. I'm not a big dairy person. I don't like butter on my food. But the gravy, you add some salt and pepper to that, and then, little sausage pieces or whatever it is that you're having with it. And it's really good. We had that a lot. But anyway, I mean, it's very simple, but it does taste good, especially when you kind of burn the flour somewhat.
Someone has a question. They want to know about a retaining wall behind the house.
What about it?
Would you build one for behind there? Do you think you need one?
I don't think I need it because that ditch is really carrying water. And by the time that I get that hillside with those raised beds on there, like I said, I'm going to put another one on the other side. I'm not going to need it because nothing will be able to wash down there anyway.
It's done pretty well anyway.
Honestly, folks, it's slate back there.
Somebody called that brown gravy groovy gravy.
It is groovy, and it's great. That slate, it can dry up and flake off a little bit at a time, but I haven't really seen any significant accumulation back there with all the hard rain that we've had. And so, I don't really foresee any kind of problem. If I start to have a problem, it wouldn't be hard to put one up there. The only thing that's going to be hard is trying to dig a hole in the slate, because when I dug those holes for that that raised bed back there, I had to get that spud bar and I had to chip it out and then reach down there and scoop it out with the post hole diggers, because that's the only way that you can do it. That's how hard that is. But that's typical East Tennessee. It's slate and red clay.
Somebody said, Richard, cook up some canned brains and eggs. I bet you've eaten it. I doubt many watching have.
No.
What is that?
I won't. I don't do livers. I don't do kidneys. I don't do, let's see, what else?
You do calf fries.
I don't do calf fries. Let's see. Anyway. But let's see. I had another question that had popped up here.
Hold on a minute. I got one.
Yeah.
Jerome, if you're still in here, yes, I'm planning on getting my dad a new Milwaukee framing nailer. So when he starts putting everything up, he doesn't have to jerk around the generator and have to run back and forth. He's mentioned on the video before, and he and I have talked. Even though it's a small inconvenience to have to just go turn the generator on, when he was having to hop over the beams and everything with the circle saw, it made the world of difference having it battery operated, because he could just go. So I am working on getting a battery framing nailer for him, and that Milwaukee one I hear is a beast. So yes, any new big tools on the way. That is what's coming. I haven't gotten it yet though.
Somebody wants to know if you're going to have chickens.
I just said I'm building a chicken house.
I know. So
yeah,
ready for my joke?
Huh?
You ready for my joke?
Yeah.
I got a joke. What do you call a hen who counts her eggs? A mathema-chicken. That was cute, wasn't it? Mathema-chicken. I thought that was cute.
Yeah, that, having to jump in and out of that building to turn the generator on, because I'm not just going to turn it on and leave it running. It was kind of, a pain, especially if I'm the only one there. And so the battery operated tools have helped out a great deal. And, so anyway, I was going to tell you that my nephew came over there and helped me to kind of work on some of the plywood, and he actually stepped through the insulation twice. I had to fix it, but anyway, it'll soon be covered. We won't have to worry about that anymore.
Somebody wants to know if the vapor barrier, shouldn't it be attached to the bottom of the floor joist?
That's where it's going.
Oh, there you go.
Yep. Yep, that's where it's going. That's at the same time that I put the little hangers up from the bottom, but I'm not in a hurry to do that now. I'm in a hurry to get the floor down for the puppy. We'll attack that later. I can't have him running across the insulation either, because if he falls through, then I have to go down there and try to chase him down. I mean,
I can't wait. Dad has it in store for him.
Anyway, it's going to be a lot of fun. There'll be a lot of videos shot of the dog and his shenanigans too, you know, so and he'll keep me company out there. So yeah. But the chicken house, you know, here's another thing, guys. Sometimes I get flack over
Gluing and screwing, yes.
hey, we have watched you do that sawmill, you know, 100 times. Okay, well, I've got news for you. You may see it another 100 times, because when I need wood to do a project, I've got to go mill it up, right? And this channel is not like other channels where they put out one video a week and you see all the progress they made that week. This is more like a day in the life at the outpost. So, I mean, I could do the other, but, you know, I feel like it's working good the way it is. So,
well, the other thing too is, you know, you don't have an editor or a filmer. You do it all yourself.
right.
You know, and
I've got to go home and edit video and get home tonight.
Hey,
Huh?
did you know wicked chickens lay deviled eggs?
huh?
What's that got to do with what we're talking about?
Somebody just commented, and I thought it was cute.
Dave.
Chicken lays a deviled egg. That was a good one.
What was
You
I
got it,
saying?
Wayne. You got it.
So, I
So
forgot-
sorry.
where were we at,
Cheney.
Patrick?
Huh?
What were we saying?
Hello, Martin.
What were we saying?
I don't
I'm
know.
trying to remember.
Oh, y'all, should we name Smokey with a EY, like Smokey, or SMOKY?
No,
Because I think it should be an EY.
no, it should be SMOKY, like the Great Smoky
And
Mountains.
then, well, Patrick just corrected me after I wrote somebody on there. I don't like it like that.
Okay, the Smoky Mountains are spelled different. SMOKY, SMOKEY, SMOKIE.
No, they're not. They only spell it one way. It's
I'm saying
SMOKY.
people spell things differently. No, SMOKY, it does go by that.
Okay, so everybody's just putting the Y on there. Thanks for all of y'all. Thought you loved me.
Oh, you got a couple.
Yeah.
No, it's just plain Y.
No.
By the way, thank you all, everyone who continues to show up for our live streams.
Yes.
I know we mentioned this one a little late, later in the month, but we appreciate everybody who's showing up and supporting us. We're putting out, huh?
I was going to say, if you guys want to see Patrick create a place on our website that has all the dates, leave him some comments, because I've been after him. Hey, we could use that website where
Hey,
we could just
Carl.
say, hey, go check out the website, and it'll have the date of the live in advance. It'll have the dates of everything. It'll even have the winners of the months and all that. In other words, it'd be an information section in there. So
Listen,
Yeah.
I knew Billy Boy had my back. Billy,
Jennifer's carrying on her own
I
conversation
am.
over here.
Listen. You know Bill, our friend Bill that came out and played music? He's on the live tonight, and he said Smokey, UT's dog, Smokey, is spelled SMOKEY.
Well, this isn't the UT mascot.
Hey,
Okay.
hey, Billy
this
Boy.
is the Outpost mascot
We'll
with
just-
a Y.
We'll just get him a monogrammed little thing, and it'll say KEY, and that's just how it's gonna have to be.
Oh, whoever was asking, it wasn't too long ago. I'm working still on the t-shirts. Now is a great time to mention this. Here you go. This is for everything that's going on this weekend with the Black Friday, Cyber Monday, all that stuff. 25% all the way till Tuesday. But I just wanted to mention, the t-shirts, someone mentioned saying, can you put some of the buildings on the t-shirts? I'm working on that. I'm still working on that. I didn't forget about it. If you're watching this, I didn't forget about you. And as soon as I can get it up there, it will be up there. So
yes, someone wants to know when you're going to be back. That's the burning question. Burning question. Get him, y'all. Get him. Come on.
Family seems
roll out the comments.
My family seems to think that.
Come on, y'all. Get on to Patrick. Wayne, I decorated a little piece of the outdoor compost toilet's little bridge today, but that was it. Jeff, I'm glad you think I'm a hoot. And we're glad that you don't mind to watch the sawmill stuff because, I mean, it is what has to happen. You cut the trees and then you have to
That's
mill
what
them.
I was saying. Yeah, I'm going to have to mill some here pretty soon, which are my long plates. But honestly, I try not to show too much. But like it took 4 days putting the insulation in. I had to show a little bit of that every day. Otherwise, I wouldn't have any content because there's 3 videos a week on the Outpost and 2 videos a week on the review channel. And honestly, that review channel hasn't been a pain. The only thing that I have to do is splice a few because it's mainly talking. I don't have to do a bunch of angles unless I'm showing you something.
Give me him. Oh, I didn't give him his insulin. See, I'm a bad mom.
So, but yeah, there's certain things that I've got to do all the time, and I'll do my best not to, overdo it. But just like today, I went and spent a lot of time out there cutting logs and falling trees and burning brush and stuff like that. But tomorrow I will go out and do a little bit of working with plywood. That way I can put those two together where you're not just watching falling trees through the whole video, because I feel like that's kind of redundant, I mean, some people may like it, but I have to consider we have a lot of people watching. So I try to mix up a little bit in there. So yeah.
That dog is Bentley, and that's my sister's dog.
Yeah.
He's got to get his insulin.
She's giving him insulin. She forgot to give it to him. Let's see if I can find some other questions here that people had.
While he's finding a question, I just want to mention something about the store. We appreciate everybody who's been supporting us. I just wanted to say, we've had some issues in the past where the items don't come directly from us. We create them, and they're from teespring.com. When you order them, whatever process they have, sometimes things gets kind of mixed up along the way. And so some people have gotten the wrong item. And I know that their policy is that you have to take that up with them. We try to do everything that we can to try to step in between if it's possible. So if you do get the wrong item when you finally get it, please let us know. That way, if we can help, we'll try to take care of that. And with the discount code, we've had people say that the discount codes don't work or it's not showing up that it's working. So if that's the case, please let us know. Sometimes it's all in whatever margins that they have set for the price of the item versus the cost and all that stuff. So if it doesn't work, we'll try to figure something out for you, but it should all work most of the time. So we're definitely sorry if that happens. So anyway.
I'm getting a lot of good comments here. How long has it taken you to get to where you're at with the projects? Okay. We started in 2018. We actually put the sawmill together in the summertime. I started filming in April of 2019. Isn't that right, Patrick? Because we built the shed over the sawmill in October. The following year,
we built the sawmill in July of 2018. We built the shed over it in October. In March, we
started filming in April of 2019.
No, we started filming in
Yeah, 2019, I think.
We got the camera at the mid to end of March, and I think we started uploading everything on YouTube when it was finally ready to go in April of 2019. Yeah.
That's what I said, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's taking me probably a year and a half to get to where I'm at. But honestly, I could, by filming, it's probably cut my production in half. Okay. But I have fun filming it and sending it out there to you all. And it has allowed me to be able to leave EMS. So I'm out there full time now. So thank you guys for all your support. But, you know, I'm not just going to put the camera down just to try to finish the cabin because I have a place to live. So I just go out there every day. I turn the camera on and you all see what I'm doing. And, you know, it's a lot of fun. I didn't mind starting the other channel because I felt like after I got the work done, I could actually talk about what I just did and answer, you know, questions there, because trying to answer all the comments that come in, especially now 5 days a week, it's created quite the task. Okay. So on the review channel, I can answer some questions. And, you know, if you make a comment and we just give you a thumbs up, that means we read it. But there are so many comments that I know that somewhere along the way, it's going to get impossible to answer everybody. So don't feel like we're leaving you out. We do read them. But
hopefully I can get a laptop soon and it'll be easier for me to comment on a lot of them because I'm having to use my phone right now.
I get a lot of the same comments. So I'll try to answer things in general on the review channel. I may miss some every now and then, you know, of course I'm human, that's possible. But I'll try to keep up, you know. And another thing too is I get a lot of questions too where people, I may have answered that in previous videos, and I know it may get monotonous for some of you guys to hear the same thing over again. Like one question that I get constantly is, why do you burn the wood? You know, of course, I know it's somebody that's new that has just subscribed, and I try to answer that a lot of times on the videos. But so a lot of it may be repeat, but it's for the new people and their benefit.
I have a piece that I want to talk about.
Did you learn your tools?
Did you learn your tool skills with EMS?
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
What up?
Hold on a second. I have a couple comments similar to this that kind of talked about Teespring and also the money and the story thing. And this kind of all goes in the kind of like why they're so many commercials or why are they so close together and all that. I think I figured out a way to kind of maneuver them a little bit. So we're going to try to make it a little bit more viewable for you as far as our videos go. But I want to take a second to just kind of pause and talk about the money side of this stuff, especially now that my dad's retired. And he has to have a way to take care of himself and, you know, pay his bills and stuff like that. And so there is an aspect of this that has to be somewhat business related. The conversations that go on the back end between my dad, my sister, and I are, how can we make this more valuable for them first? And then that way this doesn't seem like a money grab, or you know what I'm saying? Like we're trying to just make money off of YouTube and a store and all that kind of stuff. Nobody has to buy the clothes that we make. We just, if that's there and you want to support us or wear some of the things that we make, you know, we're so appreciative of it, but you don't have to do that. For those that watch our videos and support us, we know it's hard to have to watch through commercials and everything like that. But we're trying to, that's why we went to making another channel so we can put out more content and go more in depth so we can constantly make the value higher than what we're actually taking on the back end.
Well, the other thing too is I told the kids as the channel grows, I will purposely go in there and try to take out ads. But honestly, folks, right now, it's like Patrick says, it's kind of a must in order for me to be able to stay retired and to put my efforts full time in out there. There is a skip button down there when I'm watching YouTube myself. A lot of times I just hit the skip button whenever the ad comes in there. That's where I get all my news feed now, because all this other news is fake. And you know, any of the, oh, Carl, bless your heart, buddy.
Thank you, Carl.
Thank
we
you so
appreciate
much.
that.
You know, I didn't even know that Live even had that. When I seen a red mark come up, I'm like, uh-oh, somebody doesn't like us. And then the kids had to explain to me what that was.
Okay, time out, because I actually have a question. Okay, so on my feed, and if any of y'all know this, I don't know, but this has happened to us before, but I don't know where the money goes, and I don't know why there's like a timer. There's like a timer at the top when it gets sent in, and it's like slowly dwindling down, and I don't understand what it means. Or
I'll tell you. Nothing. It literally just gave me what he done.
do you see what it
It just makes what the $20 and the outdoor kitchen breakfast on me, it makes it orange.
Okay. Well, so yeah, thank you so much, Carl. We appreciate that. But a brief little thing on the ads and everything. I know they pop up a lot. And guys, I mean, there's so much that we're doing with this channel that, I mean, if it wasn't for y'all, I mean, like, he wouldn't be able to retire. Some of the giveaways would be hard to do. You know, like, we're really super appreciative of everything. So thank you.
Yes, Simply Floridian. I'm guessing that's true. They said from what they understand, you get paid more if they watch the ads.
That's true. But if you don't like the ads, folks, we're just saying skip them.
Skip them, or
yeah, skip them. I know sometimes they have ads that you can't skip, like when it's the video first starts. A lot of people I watch, you can't skip it. There are mid-roll ads. Jojo, did you hear we were wishing you earlier safe trip home? I don't know if you made it home or if you just camped out over the night somewhere, but you all be careful on your way back up there. Jojo is the one that came down and spent the day with me yesterday. You'll see him on
we got so excited.
Monday's video, actually. Yeah, Monday's video.
Anywho, I'm trying. My dad mentioned that a long time ago. I am trying. I've asked him. By the way, we do have backpacks and duffel bags and stuff. They're not showing up on our store. I've asked them to make a camo bag for me. I don't know why I'm not getting it. Some of the designs, I'm limited to what they have available for me to mess around with, but I am working on that. I'm still working on hats and beanies. I got to get the design to be the correct dimensions and stuff to give to them to do that, but I am working on that.
Carl says the timer is just to advertise that someone donated. I thought the money went to you all. The more money someone donates, the longer it stays at the top. Okay. Guys, I'm telling you, we're learning YouTube. We don't know that much about it. All I know is to video, and I know how to upload the videos, and that's pretty much it. Patrick does the lives. Jennifer does the jokes.
And the comments.
And that's about our extent of the knowledge of YouTube. You know, we had no idea we would be even doing this soon after we started.
Listen, somebody's always asking us. I have to do this because we forget the closed caption, the words at the bottom. I had that going at some point for the videos. There's some button that you can hit somewhere and make the videos closed caption. Or is it each subscriber that has to do that on their little top of their?
We also one idea that Dad had, and I'll just tell all of you guys in case y'all know how to do it or know somebody. We have a lot of people who watch us in other countries, and you know, I don't know, they may prefer to see the captions in their language, and And so if there was a way, thanks, Eric. If there is a way that we could figure out a way to have somebody translate those different languages to put out in Russian or whatever, to have those captions, my dad's been wanting to do that for at least a year and a half.
Yeah. I don't have time to edit videos to where I put words in there underneath because of the amount of work that I'm doing. I don't have anybody helping me do that. And, it's difficult. I'm hoping that maybe next year, maybe Jennifer won't have to work. Maybe she can start doing that and be out there every day with me.
But listen, up on the very top of your YouTube, if you're going on a video, hold on. Those 3 little buttons in the top right corner, if you will hit those, you can get the captions to come on or come off on any video that you're watching.
Well, is it the same on an Android? Because you have an iPhone.
I would feel like it's the YouTube channel itself.
Oh.
I don't know. Somebody who's savvy, go
They
look.
said that you just have to do it yourself.
Yeah. Okay. So thank you, because people have been asking, and my brain's just with this school year, and I'm crazy.
Real quick, for those who are just joining or they missed the first half of what we were talking about, Dad, you want to quickly go over the giveaway thing again so we can show them the link for the channel?
Fred says that he has, a problem with the closed caption. Lots of times the words get changed to cursing, and it's not cool.
On the ones that I've watched on our videos, it doesn't go to cursing, but hey, maybe.
Oh, weird.
Well,
I'm
I'm not the one doing the cursing.
We just want you to know that we hear you when you all have said about the words at the bottom and the this and that. And if there's ever a question that we don't respond to, feel free to email us so that we can.
Let me tell you, these 2 kids right here could probably tell you I stay on their hind end constantly about, we need to do this, we need to do that. Okay, we need to check this, we need to check that. But, we're trying.
Thank you, Stephanie, and thank you, Brenda.
We're trying.
Another thing, too, that I wanted to say is, it's inevitable, but we get a lot of flack for doing the same thing that a lot of other channels do. Guys, people, and if this is not you, then this is not directed towards you. People are similar.
What up, John?
Huh? What up, John? People are similar. People, just because we're getting a lab, again, we love Sean. We love My Self-Reliance. But we've had a lot of people be like, oh, this is another Sean channel because he's getting a lab or he's getting a retriever or whatever, or he's getting a dog. And it's like, my dad's wanted a dog long since before.
Well, I couldn't get one because I was working in EMS and I would be gone 24 and 48 hours. What would I do with the dog?
Yeah.
Can't stay home by himself.
Yeah.
I couldn't pin him up out there because he'd turn his water over and then he wouldn't have any for a day and a half, So I've had to put this off for a long time, but I need a dog out there because, I'm out in the woods, right?
Yes, he is Pinky.
The dog could have a lot of fun.
Cheney.
I want some company out there, and I believe that the dog would be good for the channel. So I've wanted to get one for like a year and a half. And
he's had his grand dogs for a while, but he's most deserving.
Anyway, but it's kind of hard to build a house or build a cabin that doesn't really favor somebody else's, I did build an outhouse that doesn't favor anything that anybody has. So,
but we do take inspiration from people. We do take inspiration from other channels. But we always try to support and give love back to those channels, tell you guys to go follow them and support them. But it's inevitable, but we just want to always try to make sure we throw it in to try to explain some of those comments that we do get where it's like, you guys are just trying to make money off of somebody else's hard work. And Sean we're not in competition with Sean or any of those other people. We support them, and I mean, it's crazy, some of those comments and some of those things that people say. But if you were wondering,
hey, I'm going to tell you guys, I know you all read the comments too. If you ever see one that's not quite so friendly, that's negative, just scroll on past it, because they're actually good for the channel. YouTube, the computer thinks it's interaction. It doesn't know whether it's positive or negative. And when I see those comments, I just scroll right on by them. I don't even answer them. I've answered a few of them, but I'm like, I don't even do that anymore. And I learned that from Survival Lily. That's actually good for the channel. Yeah. So don't feel, I noticed that there have been some folks that have been commenting back to these people, don't feel like you have to. If it's a negative comment, just scroll right on by it, and just, easy peasy. And Patrick, don't look at the ceiling.
My thoughts are up here. I got to think it out. I'm sorry.
John. But now listen, y'all may have seen me comment a time or two, but I will do it tactfully. I will.
No.
I have to protect my daddy.
You can't be doing it. You can't be doing it anymore. You are not allowed to comment to negative people.
Hey, I've gotten called so many names just from answering somebody and saying, trying to not necessarily even defend our place, but just trying to comment back and being like, I don't agree with what you're saying, because we were called all kinds of different stuff. And then I was like, you know what, this person is just being so negative and pointing so many fingers and calling names. I just had to remove them from the channel. I had to block them. Then I got other people being like, coming in and being like, oh, I heard you block people when you don't agree with them. It's like, there's plenty of people we don't agree with that we don't block. But if you're just on there just to constantly hate on every video and you want to call names.
Well, let me say something. Every video that I put out, I always get anywhere from 10 to 20 thumbs downs, but yet the numbers are growing exponentially, right? So it's the same people watching the same video every time I put one out. So it's all cool. You just look over the top of the fence and you just keep going.
Yes, trolls.
So the pond.
Hold on, I'm out. Let's before we get too far ahead and forget about it, I want to talk more about the giveaway from October and November and how they can find that before we go to the pond. So you want to go back over the giveaway for
Season 2, episode 53. If you have not made a comment on that video for the giveaway for the month of November, be sure and do that, because on Wednesday's video, I am going to announce that winner.
But they don't have till Wednesday. When are you filming that? Let's see. You already filmed that. So
I will be drawing the name on Tuesday night.
Okay.
Okay.
So you have till Tuesday night.
And I add that to the video for Wednesday morning. Okay. Gotcha. So you guys be sure and do that if you haven't already made a comment, because it's only that particular video. I will also draw a second name for the one for October, because they did not contact us. I give you 2 weeks to send an email with your information. They did not do that. And we have no other choice but to follow the rules and have a second drawing. So we'll have 2 drawings for the month or this coming Wednesday. And then I'll show you what we're giving out for December.
But guess what? Carlos, our friend, just said that our videos come out in English, but YouTube has the option to choose the subtitles in Spanish. That's how he knows what we're saying.
Oh, really?
Yeah, me neither.
Well,
so thanks, Carlos, for letting us know that.
That's cool. We did not know that.
Yeah, had no clue.
So actually other countries might be able to get it in their language too.
Yeah. Hey, Carl, the cabin roof is already on. It is 10.
Carl, when did you join? When did you join us? Hey, how long has everybody been following us? I know this is about to get flooded, but how long has everybody been following us?
Yeah, let us know how long you've been following us.
He is so sleepy. Look at him. You look like
we do notice people who constantly comment and constantly join our live streams. So every now and again, we'll say what's up if we notice a name that's constantly there.
Carl hasn't been following for long. Eric, a year, 3 months, a year.
What we doing?
What we doing? Hey, what we doing?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, a rocket ship.
Yes, they do. And we're not building it apparently up to par, but who knew that everybody ties their shoes different? Not me. A year all over COVID season. Well, we're glad that you joined us during COVID.
Yeah.
Somebody binge watched this weekend. Awesome. Over a year, 8 months. Started a fourth way out of the outhouse.
From day one.
Papa, yes. He doesn't follow. He's walking right beside us.
Guys, it is not easy.
Hey, JoJo was here and he goes, hey, there's those things that guy sent you. And I said, yeah. I said, such a blessing. He was talking about what Papa sent those.
What are they called? Dogs?
I call them dogs, but, there's another tool that they actually call a dog, but it basically does the same thing. A bench, it's not really a vise, whatever they are, but yeah, they come in so handy. I've got them stuck in there in the bench in the sawmill right now.
Following for 2 years. It's his dream. Someone else said from day one. That's awesome. That's so cool. What's the one thing that you've learned? Is there one thing that has just really stuck out to you, or a moment that stuck out to you all? Oh, so that was actually last year?
Last July.
Yeah, last July.
Yeah.
Um.
Well, a bench dog.
If he ever come back, we'll injure the other finger.
Don't say that. It was awful.
Hey, you know what's funny is I came back in March and I wasn't. My sister injured her finger in July of this year on the
A year and a day away.
Huh?
We've injured our finger a year and a day apart from each other.
opposite hands.
Opposite hand, Jess.
Yeah.
Same doctor too.
No, not same doctor, same nurse. Nurse.
Different hospital.
Yeah. Same nurse, different hospital.
When you were doing forms for the cabin.
But hey, guys, I called in on my telephone, told them I was coming through the back door, and took both the kids in and didn't even have to wait.
Listen, somebody said since they broke their leg and got 12 screws, picturing you doing EMS work with the drill. He's drilled several INOs.
Oh, yeah. Y'all know what an IO is?
That's
What?
No.
You can give medication.
What are you talking about?
Hold on, stop. There's a spider on Patrick's headboard. It's right behind you.
Where?
To your left of your eyeball and up.
This one?
That's right, ain't it? Yeah, go up.
You're lying.
No, I'm not. Get it. Hurry.
Y'all, no, hold up. Y'all about to freak me out.
Jennifer.
Listen, you know I hate.
Somebody else did that.
Jennifer.
Y'all, he hates spiders.
Is there a spider?
No. I don't think so.
I swear. Y'all, listen. Look. Woo!
Let's see. Where were we at?
Hold on. Listen,
Oh, the
I
eye.
had to say something.
Okay. You can give me.
Hold on. Wait a minute. I just want to say thank you. Everyone's been commenting how long they've been watching and following. It is very hard to follow somebody that puts out as much content as we do, as my dad does, as he likes to. It's at the same time every day. And now that we started another channel, I mean, for everyone who constantly keeps up and supports us and shares and likes everything, and the videos, I mean, they're not 10-minute videos. Thank you.
I work at it. I really do.
You, welder man. Thank you.
So, you can give medication through an IV if you can get it, but some people's veins, especially if they're dehydrated, you can't get an IV started. Some people, if they're heavy, you can't find the vein. So in the event that happens, then you have to drill the bone. I've been told that the drill doesn't really hurt. It's when you give the medication. But if that's the only way that you have to get it in there, and if it's a life and death situation, that's what you have to do. It's called an IO. So your bones have an artery and a vein, and you can give anything IO that you can give IV.
Somebody's watching all the way from, this was crazy. Where did I just see it? Hold on.
I know that's got nothing to do with the Outpost, but 2 weeks all the way from Taiwan.
Yes, okay, that's the one I was looking for.
Back
Taiwan.
watching from beginning.
Ontario.
Yeah.
Hey, you'll notice some of our original videos.
I have to say we've gotten a little bit better since our original videos. But, I'm still learning. Still trying to figure out how to inject B-roll in there, and that's just off-the-wall stuff that has to still subject related, but just a different viewpoint of stuff. I'm learning how to edit, learning how to fly the drone, learning how to do a lot of things, so I was talking today about doing a blooper video, but
we should.
That thing would be 24 hours long.
I know, but listen, he likes to be nothing but business. So it's going to take some begging, you all. We need your help if you want him to do a blooper video. But somebody commented about him and spiders. Listen, I chase him when he's at the Outpost with Granddaddy Longlegs.
Look, I had this thing, and this is a random story off topic. Huh?
I know, Paul, and we eat him in our sleep.
Okay, hold on. So
he needs
I had this thing where I was always, everywhere I would go, no matter what, there was always a spider right next to me. It doesn't matter. I mean, they were laying webs on my car, and it wasn't parked underneath a tree or nothing. I just have spiders on my car. I'd have spiders crawling on the inside of my headboard and coming down on my shoulder in my car. And I live in the city.
Hey, Arkansas. So, Patrick, somebody said, how's your project going? How much longer before you can come back?
Spiders don't discriminate, Pappy. They live everywhere. Did you know when you sleep that they crawl in your mouth?
Yeah.
So
you want me to answer?
The blooper would be dominated by me.
Hold on a minute. I don't know about that. You're naturally funny, but the blooper is technically the person who messes up all the time.
Hey, you got a question on the board.
He never messes up, remember?
I know. I put the question up there. Jeff, the project is basically done. But since we started service back, I have to finish the project between Monday and Saturday. And one of my other jobs started back. By the way, some of you have asked what I do for a living. I play guitar. I produce like music, so to speak, and get tracks and stuff like that ready for Sunday for the church that I'm at. And I work for a company that rents equipment for productions and events and stuff like that. And I also, when COVID goes away, I work for a private party band, and I run audio for that band.
You might as well mask up because it's not going anywhere soon.
No, but stop. I got to ask a question. So there's someone on here that says Cheney. I'm not sure if he's Cheney or Connor, but anyway. It says, I'm 24 years old, and when they did my surgery on my arm from getting mugged and ran over from them trying to steal my car, they had to use this freeze stuff to put an IV in me. What freeze stuff is he talking about, do you know?
Lidocaine, probably.
Oh. Patrick, dab a little bit of peppermint oil around your car or places. Spiders hate peppermint. You know, go out and buy that as soon as the live's over.
Richard, I'm a plumber. I'm here if you need any advice when it comes time. I did put in a drain for a septic tank. Oh, I know what I was going to tell you guys earlier. I had mentioned that at some point in time when I get older that I would probably need power. So I was going to make arrangements to have power come up. And but in the meantime, I'm going to try to stay as independent as possible, right? So, but one of these days I won't be able to cut wood anymore. I won't be able, my grandfather probably the last 5 years, he had to stop burning wood and he relied solely on propane heat. But anyway, my point is I had the engineer come up and now we have to pay 100% of construction charges, even if they have to set a transformer at the power line. So anyway, my point is this. He said it was going to cost about $8,500 for us to even think about having power up there. And I told him it was nice to meet him, and all that. But so that's not an option. Doesn't look like, because I'm not going to pay no $8,500 to have power up there. So I'm going to look into some solar. My neighbor and I have been discussing maybe a little hydro project and maybe some wind generated projects up there. So if you guys have any background in that, let me know. Okay. Now, as far as the plumbing goes, I did have one put there for a septic tank, which I'll probably have to do to flush water. My intentions are to do a rain catchment system so that I can use the rainwater for washing clothes, for bathing, and for the kitchen sink. Other than that, I purchase water to drink with, okay, or anything that I make, tea, coffee, whatever. So the rainwater it's fairly soft water, because out there it would be iron and sulfur, and you'd have to run it through a softening system before you can actually use it. So I think that the rain catchment system is also, if you got any information on that, let me know. And because I've watched several videos on that. But anyway, that's in the future. I would like to have rain gutters now, but we're looking at $1,000 to $2,000 just for those. And so everything takes time. I'm working on a budget, trying to put things together and, what's actually needed at the moment. And all that other stuff can just come later. So by the time, though, that I get moved in there, I will have to do something. Immediately, I've got to do something about having a wood stove. Then I'll work on the water situation later. I may have to carry it for a while. The gutters, I can always put those on if I can ever get $1,000 or $2,000 extra dollars, and then just run the water off the hill, so that it doesn't pool up around the house. But there's things that are more important right now. So that's what I'm working on.
If you do have any information on any of those things, or you feel like you have another skill that may help us out, or you want to communicate with us, send us an email so we have your contact info.
The plumbing, I was going to kind of wait and get my floor in there and kind of figure out the layout where I want the kitchen cabinets and stuff like that, so that I can actually drill the hole into the floor and then be able to run that pipe down there. Probably what I'm going to do is wait till I get the barrier on the bottom, and then I will run a coat hanger through and try to slice it as smoothly as possible to run my pipes and things like that in there. I don't want to run them through my beams. I'm trying not to disturb the structure of the beams, which is basically holding the house up. I'm getting ready to do walls too, and I've been contemplating, do I do it standard? Do I do a double top plate? And the reason for that is to hold the weight, right? But the beams are holding the weight. So should I waste that extra 2x4 by doing a double top plate? Well, I was going to go ahead and build it standard. It's not ever going to hurt anything. And I've got the lumber, so I'll probably go ahead and do that. But yeah, I'm trying not to disturb the integrity of the beams too much. So I figured the plumbing would kind of go in after I got the floor on. And
so if any of you guys are engineers or know anything about, like, I've read a little bit about like the integrity of the structure and how, you don't drill too close to the edges, because that's the way that, but I'm not an engineer. So if you are one, or one, or a good video to watch that seems to have consistent help or reviews, send that to us in that email. Also, just wanted to remind you guys, we do have our new channel. If you haven't checked it out,
Jeff, I did check that out.
Huh? What?
Jeff is saying solar ideas. I've seen a lot of these videos.
Yeah. If you haven't gone and checked over on our new channel, for a while it was a little hard to kind of search and find, but I think we're starting to kind of populate and come up a little bit when you type in Outpost Review on YouTube. If not, I think our previous videos on Smoky Mountain Outpost do link us directly. We do have a link that links you directly to our new channel. Everything is still under the same Smoky Mountain Outpost brand. It's just another channel so there is no second website. There's not a second, all that stuff. It's just another channel so we can throw all of the more talking type things over there.
Hey, Annette, the creek down there where my driveway actually comes up, and yes, Igor, I do cook outside when it's cold. So in the summertime, the creek runs very shallow. Whenever it rains, it will fill up and it will run until it dwindles back down. So my neighbor and I were talking, if I can run water through a pipe and condense it down and bring it gradually out of the creek and run it into it like a holding tank where I can actually mount this generator and then funnel it back out and into the creek. That may be my only option, because it doesn't flow fast enough with just the creek to turn like a paddle or anything. So I'm going to have to run it through a pipe. If I've got enough distance to gradually come up out of the creek in order to be able to do that. And the creek does one of these numbers, and it's actually eroding away property. But the environmental people, if they catch you digging down there, they may fine you. But I figure since it's my property, and if it's destroying my property and they're not out there on their own doing it, I'll do what I want to. So I'm going to have to go down there and straighten out some of those zigzags to where the water will flow, because what it does is it just keeps making that bend and it keeps eroding property away and it floats down the creek. So who would want that, yeah, I'm going to have to address that at some point. But all this, it takes time and it's all coming together, and I'm trying to, like I said, do the most important thing at the moment. So, but I do want comments. I do want, research, stuff that I can keep in mind as I'm going along. And the other thing too is, we get a lot of people that make comments, and we've had some people recently get upset because we didn't use their comment and started saying some bad things. And that's okay. Everybody's entitled to say what they want to say. But don't feel offended if we don't use your idea, because A, they're all great ideas. Okay. B, it helps me to try to decide what I want to do. But we get so many, you can only pick one. And it may be a culmination of all these different ideas in a idea that I get in my mind, how I might want to put a lot of different things together to do that. So don't get offended. And I'll give you one example. I had thought about putting sawdust in the walls, using natural insulation, right? But all of my sawdust is green. I can't put it in there because it's damp. And I don't want to put it in there and then seal it up, because there's a possibility it could create mold in there and start to decay. I don't want to do that. The rock wool was too expensive. I didn't think that I needed it. That's the reason that I went with the R19. Most people around here only use the, like the 13 in the walls, because it doesn't get that cold here. So I think with that and that barrier working together, things are going to be fine, so we'll have to see. Why not name it Smoky Mountain Outpost Review? We thought about s'more.
We did think about Smoky Mountain Outpost Review.
We did.
that the name was too long, and that when people were looking for Smoky Mountain Outpost, that they would get confused on maybe like is this their channel? Is like which one is what? So we tried to make it a little bit more specific, like just Outpost review.
But we could have said that's s'more business. That was down my nose.
So we're running up on an hour and 15 minutes.
Yeah, we're gonna have to go, guys.
COVID-19?
We're not going to get into that right now. We got.
No, they said that. I think they meant they put COVID-29. COVID-19, yes, it's real, but guess what? A lot of our colds are also a different type of coronavirus. So
let me just say this, folks. Every year you have a flu season. This isn't any different.
Yeah, it's just because it's not been around. And it freaks people out, and it's the unknown. So, I mean,
but
he's not saying that it is a flu. He's not saying that it's the flu or a cold. He's just saying that it's like when a different strain or type of a virus comes around every year and people get sick, people do die from those other things as well. So certain people, COVID-19 is very real and it's very serious to their families, and I will never take that away from them because people have lost a lot of family members to it, I'm sure.
The COVID-19 led to pneumonia that killed the people. Okay? That's what the virus leads to with a lot of people that have respiratory problems and older people that have a low immune system. It leads to pneumonia, and that is the big killer. Go back and look at the CDC if you want to pull up any year and see how many people die of pneumonia. It is staggering. Okay, last year, the year before, 10 years ago, 20 years ago. So any virus can get bad enough and or a bacteria to lead to pneumonia and kill you. So every year we have a flu season. We'll have one again next year. Don't let
it's actually already hit.
Yeah, don't let it lead to pneumonia because that's the killer. Okay, that stops you up, and it makes you so sick, and a lot of people end up dying from
Peter, let's go on back to this. It is 8:20ish our time.
Well,
Eastern time. So it's PM, 8:20 p.m., 8:17 p.m. on November 28th. He was asking what time it was.
It is 8:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Because it's 11:46 a.m. where he's at.
Yeah.
He was just trying to figure out so he could get on
7:15 Central where I'm at.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody. We'll try to make everything kind of topic related as far as like talking about Outpost stuff and try to answer everyone's questions. I think it'll benefit everybody to try to stay a little further away from political or anything like that kind of stuff. But because my dad was a paramedic and my sister works in that field as well, they can comment as they wish on those kinds of things, just from their experience, of course. But I hope all of that thing. Let's see. Anyway.
Someone said this, and I'm going to read this, and then we'll say our goodbyes. They wanted to say this, and they're saying it as nicely as they can, but until others invest financially and or put some major sweat equity into the projects that we do on our land, do what you choose to do.
I always do.
They are just along for the journey. And that's true. It's just, we're human, and we can't help but get upset sometimes if somebody, says something that's not appealing to, the eyes that are reading it. Could you use dry seasoned wood for insulation?
Yeah.
It's possible. It's possible, but see, now that I'm going to put the radiant barrier in there, I can't do that because it can't touch anything. So by putting the insulation on one side, I can put it on the outside of the 2x4 because it won't actually touch, and or I don't want it to. And the way I'm going to do my siding is I want to run some horizontal 2x4s to screw into because they're going to be vertical. because I don't want it to touch the inside and don't want it to touch the outside. I want it to kind of be suspended in the middle, because of the way that I read it. If it touches something, it kind of nulls it out. The only thing it will be touching is the 4 2x4s or 5, however many I use. But the rest of it will be kind of suspended. So it should help out a whole lot. So I kind of had to either do it one way or the other. Or I would have to build it differently, and that would take too much wood. And so anyway.
Did I already tell that joke, or did I tell it to you and Patrick? Okay, y'all, you're going to see this joke come soon, but I want to tell it real quick. What do you give a dog for a fever? I actually said it earlier to some people that were on here, but I'm going to say it again. What do you give a dog for a fever? Anybody know?
I think you told me one time.
I did earlier. Mustard. It's the best thing for a hot dog. Hot dog, mustard. Yep.
Okay, we got to go. Hour and 21 minutes. My God, how much can these people take?
I don't know, but listen, y'all. I think all the time of how I could hijack this channel on YouTube and go live just for like a split minute to say hi. I think of it all the time because, boy, it would have him up the creek.
Okay. Hey, guys, we got to go. Familiarity breeds contempt. We don't want any contempt on your side or our side. So we're going to say thank you so much for tuning in.
We love you.
We'll try to get Patrick to post on the website when the next live is here in the next week or two, because it'll be 4 weeks and it'll be time again. So anyway, thanks for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you at the Outpost again next time.
Don't be square. We love you, and thank you so much again. Our prayers are with you. Bye.
Bye.